Hello guys and welcome back to Starsector. I'm gonna start this episode out with a bit of information. I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the last big battle I was in, I was getting pretty low frame rates, and I usually don't bother with changing the battle sizes in games, at the very least I didn't bother before, but I remember testing some mods in 0.8 and I came back to this setting, battle size in settings in the game, set up to 500. Now let's talk a bit about Starsector limits. Basically, battle size is how many OP, not actually OP, how much cost. Actually, let me show you what I am saying with an actual example. So if I'm going to run simulation, each ship has a little number next to it. This is equal, if I'm not mistaken, to the number of maintenance costs per month, which also is the cost that it costs to deploy the ship. I think some ships have this a bit off, but generally this is what I'm talking about. Now, 40 points. 40 points in, say, a 500 battle, I'm not really certain how much it comes per side, but always the AI has a bigger number of points to put on the battlefield than you do. So at 500, let's just check, let's see if we can check, it's 40, right? Plus another 30, that's 70, that's 100. So 140 with these, 140, and let's go with, I have 148, right? Oh, it says at the bottom. Right, so I can push 150 units out on, what was it, 360? Oh, my point just went away from me. Right, so 500 battle size, save. We're going to refit, we go to run simulation, we select, what was it? This is 70, this is 100, this is 140, this is 150, 160. So 160 out of 200. I can deploy 200 guys. I was doing the same thing again. I can deploy roughly 200 OP. Let's just call it OP for the sake of it. To deploy, and the enemy can deploy 300. So the enemy can always deploy more ships than you. But what that setting actually influences, it's not a gameplay setting per se. It's a setting that allows you, I think it was a 360. Oh god, it was a 380, I think. Yeah, 380. What this setting does is make sure to tailor the game for different strengths of computers. I have a super strong computer. I mean, I have an Intel i7 2700K, which is not overclocked right now because of some very technical reasons. But point is, I was getting very low frames in that battles, and I tweaked my battle size down so there will be fewer ships on the battlefield. And now with it at 380, I can deploy 150 versus an opponent's 230. If you compare this to the 300, which it was before, it's significant. For another 70 points, the enemy can have like maybe, I don't know, 2 extra dominators, 3 extra frigates, and something like that, or destroyer. Yeah, 71 points exactly. You can deploy these extra many ships with setting battle size to 500, for example. And what they deploy plus what you deploy, it's not that it increases all that linearly. I think it increases geometrically. So every little thing you add on has to calculate itself against everything else around it. So this is why the battle size exists as a setting, and why I was getting those low frame rates in the last battle. One extra thing, because we are discussing limits, you can have a maximum of 30 ships, 30 ships in your fleet. So as a pure number, not how much it costs to deploy, just raw how much the number it has. You can have in your fleet. So there's a balance that you end up in an endgame fleet where basically it may not be worth it to bring Colossus and Phaetons, even though they have the best transport ratio to what they cost and the cost that they have to move around, fuel, light year, and jump cost and stuff like that. But in the later on in the game, if you want to have more versatility, because you will end up fighting battles which require you to deploy your fleet twice, and you may want to have 2 stacks of fleets that you can deploy. You can deploy 1 stack and then you can deploy the other stack, so you can manage CR better in 1 single fleet, and that requires you to have basically more fleet slots. And these get fill them up for no real good reason. You can have, like, I know, 2 cruisers and 2 destroyers extra, and you can fill these in these slots with an Atlas and what was it? What is that? And the big tanker. It's the name is slipping me right now. And also, the game by default, because we were discussing battle sizes, the game by default comes with a battle size of 300. The thing is, even though it comes with 300, you have an amount of things which are based off that 300, which do not scale when you move that value in the battle size. Like, your fleet is too large to be able to disengage from an unwanted battle. I don't know the exact number in my head right now, but basically there is a value set in a JSON, editable TXT file in the game, text file in the game. I think it's in data config settings, if I'm not mistaken. And these are pretty hardwired, so even though you change it to, like, I don't know, 500, you would still have the same limits for retreating. Ideally, you would adjust them manually if you go higher than the default 300, so it scales up better. If you may remember, back in episode 4 or 6 or 8, I don't remember, when I did that huge mistake, which I had to reload the game. I think it was episode 14. That happened because I reached this limit faster than I expected. It goes a bit technical, but basically the settings that you have here in the game, these are stored in the registry. They don't change from game to game. When you actually install the game again, because the game, when it installs, it deletes all your existing files and puts in the new files. And I had done it in 0.8. I had, if I'm not mistaken, adjusted it up to the 500 limit, so it was I had a bigger margin until I can escape. And probably that was what I was feeling back then when I thought, wait, how is my fleet big enough? It's not big enough. So that was about the instructional part of this video. I tried to make it a bit short because I just realized that after literally, what, 30 hours, 25 hours of game at this point. And with that said, let's get back to the actual fun part. We are deep in... Where are we? Okay, can I have some names here, please? Right, we are in the Argates Nebula, deep inside. I have more than enough fuel. I have 900 supplies. I can feasibly do some more stuff. And what I will do, I'll try explore this a bit, see what's here, enter them, maybe scout some planets. If I'm not mistaken, I don't have anything interesting. Let me see. Yeah, no, I have absolutely nothing interesting here, which is somewhat thankful because I don't want to end up facing a huge pirate base. And we'll just see where we go. I try not to run out of supplies because that's my biggest worry, especially if I'm gonna survey a lot. Oh wow, that's a thick. I'm gonna wait a bit, see if this clears out, because I don't want to roll through this. Can I go around it? No, not really. Oh, this is the long way around. This is a good idea if we're still gonna make this an informational video. Emergency burn allows you to go through storms without getting knocked off course. So let's just do this now. So they don't push me around all that much, and there we go. And a warning beacon. This is a what? This is a... how big is this? A red one? I think this is a red one. Or is this an orange one? Oh, it's an orange one. Right, we can... where's the red one? I have no idea. Okay, let's give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? Large fleet extremely close to the exit. Okay, let's use one of the nascent gravity wells and get a better jump into the system. Oh wow, that supply was holy stuff. I lost 200 supplies just by going through that storm. Oh wow, I think this is the red system, right? Yeah, I thought. Wow. I'm uncertain of how my power level right now scales because again I've lost a lot of the memory of how strong these are as fleets. Oh wow, Nav BOA, which is a Remnant one, has a stable location, one single stable location, Baron and Baron, and wow, Remnant. Oh wow, and a battleship, a Remnant battleship, holy fuck. I don't want to get caught by all of these at the same time, but I may want to check out this orbital habitat. What's their speed? 9? Yeah, I think they're pretty slow anyway. 9, I think this should be 7. Yeah, I can totally run away from them. Eesh, I got 9 stock. Ugh. Actually, I think the smartest thing if I want to do something in the system and actually engage these fleets would be to capture this, the nav BOA. This will give me a lot of... this will give me a hell of a lot of speed and flexibility in the system. And if I'm mistaken, Remnants do not take control of these, so I can just claim it. Yes, and that's it. And let's try and see if we can get some engagements. Yeah, that's a bit hard for what I want, and these are maintaining contacts, yeah. Wow, I kind of wish that the enemy fleets would coordinate a bit less, just so I can, you know, fight them one at a time. Now basically the entire system is alerted, hey, there's someone here! Wow, that's a lot of remnants, and this is absolutely guaranteed a large system. Sorry, a red system. Ugh. Yeah, I don't wanna get caught in a bad fight here. Yeah, sure, serving. Ow. Fighting this on my own. Okay, I know these are 3 cruisers and those are 4 destroyers, and I should be able to handle this. Should. If there's no one around here. If there is, I'm gonna have a huge problem. Let's just save the game. Should we save the game? Okay, let's see what we can do here. Oh yeah, one thing, I really should level up. I need 2 levels. I need to get the level 48 to 49 and get the ECM skill, because if I'm not mistaken, the Remnants have strong ECM and they can actually lower my weapon range quite a fair bit, even if they are a bit undermatched for my fleet. Well, undermatched, we're kind of equally matched. Eesh. Did I set the limit down back from 500? Oh god, I hope I did. Anyway, we'll check it later. Yeah, no, let's, even if I'm gonna go with the full deployment here. But again, I think I set it back at 500. Oh my god, go back, Thunder, go back, you are so woefully... Okay, those went down a lot quicker than I expected, but sure. Okay, am I taking the flag off of my fleet? Yeah, I am. Awesome. Wow. Yeah, I think my PD got that. Nice. Let's do something horrible. And yeah, that's what I was talking about in the comments when I have such a fast... Okay, let's actually play. Such a fast flux speed venting that I can actually counter long range fire, the harpoons and stuff like that. Okay then. Oh yeah, I actually forgot to mention that I have installed the combat radar mod, which I'm hoping it will help with my self-awareness in the battle, which apparently it hasn't. And we'll see how that goes. It's also moving very slowly because I've tried to make it as CPU efficient as possible, as to not affect my actual battle frame rate, because it does hog some frame rate. The friendly bump, shield bump. Right, that was it. Pirate Falcon just throwing proximity mines all over. But I'm pretty happy to see that after a decent engagement, this one still has proximity mines to fire. Proximity charges. And also I can barely wait for 0.91, which will fix this. Enemies just retreating way too much and going all the way to the edge of the map and being almost untargetable. And the small auxiliary mining drones actually do a fair bit, as you can see here, just distracting the enemy and making sure it's not firing at you, or just gives you a bit wider berth. And that's a lot of proximity charges. And there we go, we reached the bottom of the map, and why is my ship backing off? Yeah, when you make an order for a region like that, your ship will automatically fly itself, unless you, if you target your ship and give it an action, it will do that and you'll lose control over it. It's like activating autopilot manually. Okay, let's just do this faster. I am transferring command to that Falcon, just so I can burst in. And wasn't needed. Oh wow, I lost, oh my god, I lost 2 wolves and a hammerhead. Yeesh. Let's see if we can get them back, but still, ouch. Just the hammerhead, okay. Not pleasant, but okay. We have a beta core. Decent enough. We have more phase dances and some random stuff which we don't care about. We care about supplies a lot and fuel. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's level up my character, because I was just saying the next one will be this. Absolutely guaranteed was the last skill I was really hoping to get sooner, back when I actually finished the conquest. 50% damage to fighters, 50% damage to missiles will make my burst PD a hell of a lot better at dealing with torpedoes and enemy fighters. And actually more flux efficient, to be honest, because it'll have to shoot at less things. And we have 2 more skill points until we reach the level cap of 50. I'm not entirely sure what I'll put it in. One will be here in Electronic Warfare, just get the first level up, which does every deployed ship grants plus 1/4 to ECM rating of fleet, which is important because ECM is not ECM. ECM is a defensive thing. ECM is an offensive thing. So basically, how much I affect the enemy and how much I resist the enemy's rating. And that's as much as I'll go into this. I don't really care about pushing forward too much the ECM advantage, because as I've mentioned in the battle fleet sizes, basically the enemy will always have just a bit more, unless you actually go full 30 number of slots max. You can just deploy all of them, so you can have the number advantage, which I usually don't play with, and I don't really care that much about it. I just care not having a weapon disadvantage myself. And the last one, I'm kind of entirely sure where to put it. The last point, I had this huge spreadsheet and thing, but I may just put it into officers to get 8 officers, which will pretty much clear me out on end game. This will be, I have a solid core of a fleet with 8 officers plus me. We'll have 9 skilled ships, which is very powerful compared to just having, I know, an extra 4 ships. But we'll see about that. Let's go into fleet. I think we should be leveling up. Nope, actually, this hasn't leveled up. But importantly, let's go escape, settings, and oh, it's 380. Okay, sure, fine. Save. And let's make sure we don't die. Let's keep this active. This has lost me, but I think I will wait a bit, get some CR back, and engage another fleet. Just, I know, should be a few seconds. Okay, that's 2, that's 4, that's a fair bit, to be honest. Oh yeah, let's check the... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right, I don't have anyone in the hammerheads. And this is the hammerhead which has been destroyed. It has all its weapons. Yeah, I don't know why, but at one point in the past there was this bug where if you lost the ship you could also lose the weapons, and if you recovered the ship you didn't recover the weapons. I don't know if it's a bug of our game design, but it was pretty annoying because even if you got your ship back, this you can handle, you just pay it out, but getting the weapons back, refitting it again, it was a hassle. So I'm glad that's not the issue here. Okay, let's try kiting these a bit. There should be a station here as well. I think I can knock into this one. Yeah, no, I can't. I'm gonna perform this survey because past doing the survey it will slow down my fleet so I can check out the orbital habitat. Abandoned or okay, just this. This is like what, a destroyer? No, a frigate. Sure. Let's engage. Automate the defenses. Oh, I have to actually fight it manually. Right. So transfer. Let's deploy that and the wolf. That should be more than enough. Oh wow, recoverable ships. Buffalo D, Tarsus D, Gemini D. Ugh, nothing really interesting. I really like Geminis and I really want to use Geminis more, but every time I get in that level of game when the Gemini is useful because it has flight tech, if I'm not mistaken, it has decent cargo capacity. This is one of the best ships initially, but every time I just, you know, jump leapfrog past that step, and in the end game these aren't all that useful. Also important, if you do orbital any kind of salvage on orbital stuff that's abandoned, stuff like that, always remember to do this salvage. Because if you don't salvage, you're gonna miss out on a lot of the goodies, usually, like cores and stuff like that. Okay, this is something I don't think I really want to engage right now. I've seen how strong the cruisers are, and they are pretty strong. And having 4 cruisers, okay, there's less ships and there's one bigger ship. but I'm kind of uncertain I want to engage this right now, especially since I may have to fight at the very least one of these. They get dragged into the combat. Oh, and there we go. This is the enemy fleet, the enemy station. Remnant Nexus. I don't think this is fully, right? Fully engaged. There's a pretty large difference between a fully functional one and a mediumly functional one. You know, the one that's low power doesn't have the shields, and that's a lot easier to defeat than the one with the shields. Let's do a save game. Common and extra rotation, target is paper, shirt, flux, sync, fast, bulk. I really wish I would remember, because if I'm not mistaken, they also have a different in armaments, in variants. But yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna ignore this for now. I still don't have the amount of firepower I need. Actually, not exactly firepower, but sustainable firepower, stuff that I can throw in there that doesn't die, because currently it will just mow through all my destroyers, probably some of my cruisers, and even if I get the conquest there properly, it will not do enough damage on its own. We'll see if we can do this. Oh, neutral position, so it will not retreat. Awesome. Let's engage it. I think I'll try engaging it just with something, not to do a full deployment. I'll do my ship because, well, it's actually set up to destroy a number of smaller targets. I'll try and put out the... I'm not sure if this is overkill or not, but I kind of would want another destroyer here. Let's get this under. That should be fine. Probably a bit too much for this, but again, it's just supplies. They're just supplies. With squalls, it's very important that you actually have the target set up where you actually want to hit with the squalls, so they don't end up doing their own thing, or, you know, firing on, you know, if you want to destroy a frigate and you have a bigger target and you want to focus fire on the bigger target with the squalls, you have to actually leave that as a target, otherwise your ship will I forgot my train of thought there. But basically you have to be careful micromanaging squalls when you actually want to get them firing on what you want. Even if you're going to waste some of your actual mainline DPS on a target you don't really want to kill right now, you just want to get its shield down with squalls. Oh wow, holy crap. Yeah, I need either buffier frigates. I kind of would want to get my hands on a few monitors, or just completely give up on frigates and use heftier cruisers. Sorry, heftier destroyers. also talking about the earlier squalls, it's also a huge problem if you accidentally target one of the enemy, you know, like that, one of the enemy fighters, and the squalls actually aim for that fighter, and you end up wasting entire salvos of squalls if you're not careful. What? There's still something here? Oh, right. Yeah, this is weird how about I want to actually do a fight strike and also want to engage with all my other ships, and I can't give the same order, you know, give this and that if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that's weird. I actually have to give a strike order first and then do the actual engagement orders, because otherwise it just cancels it. That's weird. And exactly that is why I like auto-pulse lasers and burst weapons in general when given in the hands of the AI. It just makes sure that when they put themselves in a position to fire and do damage kind of rarely, to do, you know, good damage on target, and you don't want to have non-burst weapons on the AI where they, you know, just pew 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 something and then retreat because, you know, the timer for engagement that the AI has run out or something like that. It's there, it shoots load with all the auto-pulse charges it has, and then it doesn't matter if it goes off or not. The burst damage it's capable of was already put on target. More kitey evasion bullshit. Oh, snap. I cannot avoid that. Okay, it's not that strong, but still. I'm still recovering CR, aren't I? Yeah, there is on my main ship on my conquest. And these are still repairing hull. Holy shit. This is back up, so I have to put this up here so I know to use it. Yeah, not too happy about this. Oh wow! I could have avoided this if I just went a bit to the right because it was doing interdiction pulse. But, oh well, c'est la vie. And actually gonna be interesting, if I kill this fleet, does interdiction pulse still go on after that? You know, if it still triggers after that? I'm unsure if I want to throw in the battle. To be honest, this Lasher has survived so much. It came back with me when I had that horrible defeat in episode 14, when the hegemony just handed my ass in, and it's still been just surviving until now. Actually, good on it. And this would be a fitting death were it to die. But actually, I think I'll just set it as a defense. I don't want any of my frigates to die on this. I'm just gonna set them on defense for the carriers, which will be pretty slow anyway, on escort. And let's hope I don't lose too many ships. I'll have to take the bulwark on this and hope I don't get too many Reapers off my tailpipe. And I set up my compass, my radar, so it's, you know, exactly as much as I can actually see by moving my mouse around. I think the range is 3,600 if you set it in the INI manually. wish they would spread out just a bit more. Oh crap, that's one Sunder I'm losing, but thankfully it's pilot officered and I can get them back.
This Scintilla class Typhoon Reaper launcher, Sabotage RMs, tactical laser, burst speed. Oh yeah, so it's a general defense. Oh god. So did I lose my Sunder? Yeah, that's my Sunder. God damn it. Those were plasmas and that was a Reaper. That's down. Okay, let's check out my fleet. Wow, Falcon P. Hull is down. Let's retreat you, actually. Let's put that as a strike target, and actually this one as well. And I really have to clean this up fast. No, you retreat. Oh my god, I'm on a rock. I am so sorry. You have served me well. Oh, this is the Reaper. Okay, what's more? There's this, and this. Any ship that needs to retreat? No, not really. Okay, I'll try just going right through the middle of this. I don't have any more squalls apparently. I'm trying my best this year to get both guns to fire. Oh, they got on their own. Awesome. Oh gods, I hate it when sometimes that happens. You know, all my guns fire at one single fight, which is on 1 HP, and then I have my ship in the background and it's taking so much damage just because
my ship auto-fired on a single fighter. I think I did more damage to it than it got from the enemy. Is actually doing a lot of good shield damage and pressure, keeping the enemy ship with its shields down. Hammerhead class armor placing has been, yeah, some damage getting taken, but this will go down soon. There we go. So I lost what? The Sunder, which I think I can get back, and Ammon Arok. Let's see if we got the Lasher back, and of course we have. Sure, live on, faithful Lasher, and the Sunder. Oh, and I don't have enough crew. Eesh, that sucks. And by the way, you guys heard that, right? The interdiction burst actually went on even if I destroyed the fleet meanwhile. And yeah, I still want an auto sort for the fleet. Okay, right, so I cannot use this. I'm not in all that good of a shape. A lot of my ships have hull damage. Not a lot, but I cannot take another battle like this again. But let's do a save game. Let's try and do a salvage here, but no, my main goal now should be just getting the hell out of this system. Man, I'm trying to go onto the fringes where they do not usually have fleets. These fleets usually spawn around something, not in empty space. And do a transverse jump from here. Okay, that was more of a handful than I wanted. Let's check my fuel and supplies. Supplies 529, which isn't all that great. Probably go dropping down to 400. I can take a few more battles, but not a lot more battles. Everything's under strength. I lose how much CR? I lose, I think 5 CR. It's 78 from 80. Anyways, I lose some CR, but that's not what's important right now. So I lost physically. I got the hammerhead back. I lost, what, 2 wolves? Which I couldn't recover? Yeah, 2 wolves, I guess. That's it. Okay, really decent trade for how much I killed. That's a lot of loot. I got some beta cores, some surveys, a fair bit of weapons, which I should really start selling out by now. And nothing really more important. I'm actually a bit disappointed. Oh fuck. Oh, that's not at all what I wanted to do. Holy shit. Yeah, I just clicked through it. Let's hope I can get back out. Okay, it's a small enough fleet, but still. That's why you always check your messages, people. It even has that little sound going, so to let you know there's an enemy fleet beyond this point. Do you really want to go through it? And I click yes. Why not? Captain! Yes, yes, why never? Engage. Sure. I'm surprised how good the Falcons have been doing, to be honest. They keep themselves out of damage, out of range, out of getting damage in decent range from the enemy. I'm kind of happy with them. The Thunder is just doesn't have the amount of survivability apparently if it just goes head in, you know, like it is wont to do, and gets all the fire on it. And am I in a Corona? Oh gods, oh gods, oh gods, yes, I'm in a solar flare. Right, because I'm close to the sun, I get this solar flare, fastest CR degradation, which for me it does a lot. For the enemy Remnant, I don't think it does anything. They don't take any penalties. They can completely fight while at 0 CR, completely fine. And this would be a problem for me, which also compared, judging with the 18 weapon range degradation that I have because of ECM, because they are highly technical, puts me in a very bad spot here, more than I would be usually. I'm thinking about maybe deploying some more, but well, I completely pushed their faces in. Oh crap. No, 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 no. Ugh. Thankfully I still have some squalls, but I didn't want to waste them on that. And a lot of people have been comparing the Conquest to the Odyssey, and for good reason. The Odyssey is technically the better ship if we were to, you know, just go raw stats. And even modules, you know, special ship modules. It has the plasma drive, which basically is a 2-use burn drive that runs on charges. And people have been comparing it, saying it's a better one compared to the maneuvering jets, but I really don't think that. I think that the fact that you can shoot the maneuvering jets fast, you know, they have a lower. Oh god, come on, get out of my way, you stupid wreck. You can fire the maneuvering jets off faster, and you can surprise the AI more, because the AI doesn't take into consideration the fact that you have the maneuvering jets as a system, like they do with weapons. With weapons, the AI knows your weapon ranges. With weapon systems, they don't take them into account, So basically you can surprise enemies more with the conquest. You can put yourself in a better position to take advantage of the enemy AI more with the conquest, because you shoot the maneuvering jets more often than you can with the Odyssey, which basically they charges less, and you can shoot it off in succession, the 2 charges, so you can get further in front of an enemy. But that's still one opportunity. With conquest and the maneuvering jets, you can create for yourself a lot better opportunities. More opportunities, actually. And given the way it has its weapon setup, you can take advantage of those opportunities a lot better, I think, with the Conquest than you could with the Odyssey, which basically people end up using one side of the Odyssey anyway. Not that they use the Odyssey in a way that I use the Conquest, you know, actually broadsiding both sides of the ship. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on Odyssey versus Conquest, and why I like the Conquest better. Also, it's cheaper to run the Conquest than the Odyssey. And speed limits, I think the Odyssey goes 160 with the burn drives, and this goes indeed 150 with the maneuvering jets, and that's with my current skills, which I think increases 10 to the max speed or something like that, or 10% more speed. So yeah, technically the Conquest is the less maneuverable and also the less speedier variant between them. And yeah, going by the numbers, the Odyssey is a bit stronger than the Conquest. But I'm fine with it. As you can see and have been seeing with my current playthrough, the Conquest does hold its own, but it requires just playing it a lot more than you would on the Odyssey. And I like that, because I don't want to end up in a face-hugging onslaught that just pushes burn drive in and activates all the weapons. It's just not as fun for me. Also, come on, can we please have an end to this battle? Thank you. Oh, what? I lost another hammerhead? Wow. For me, it doesn't matter, because if I'm not mistaken, it costs this. Especially if it's the same one, because it costs me the same to repair 1 mod as it costs me to repair 5D mods. So it doesn't matter. I'll just have to know I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3 repairs. Actually, I'm gonna sit around just a bit. Not gonna do anything stupid, thankfully, hopefully. But I want to do a scavenge before I leave. And maybe another one? And now I'm getting out. Okay then, so it's been an hour already, and we've done the amazing journey from this to this. Fought quite a fair bit of Remnant, lost a bit of ships, nothing too important. I'm good fuel-wise, I'm not all that fantastic. Supply-wise, I'll probably drop this down to 400 or something. So I'm probably gonna... Wait, was I just retarded? Please tell me that I didn't re-enter the system I had just left. Did I think I'd be going to another system? Okay, I will leave that to you guys to go, oh my god, so retard, in the comments. Next time I'll probably do some more, just check out these 2 systems, hopefully. And we'll see. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.